This wall is done, this wall is done, and we've actually got the edges all the way done as well. One thing we did find out is that the wall is actually perfectly straight. It is plumb. We put a level on it and everything. This wall of the building, and the company who put the building up did not set it. So this wall technically falls in, this wall, this wall is out of plumb this way, and this wall is perfectly in plumb, or at least our sheeting is in plumb. And you can see right here, when you see this gap, it's like, you know, 2 inches, whatever, at the bottom. But as you go to the top, you're getting up into the 5-6 inches. I think it'll still be okay for the trim. Luckily, it covers a lot, but it's something that I don't know how we would have rectified that other than undoing all of these purlins that the company put in and fixing them. I'm really not happy with the company that put in this building to begin with. It is what it is. Not much I can do about it now. So we're just working with it. It's gonna be great when we're done, but it's something we gotta do. Today, the objective is to get panels started on this roof. We don't have to do any insulation because this is open, so there's no point in insulating it. So it's just gonna be a zip and drop and go along. The hard part is getting these panels up and on there. We're gonna have to figure that out. We figured out we can lay these down. We put a few stickers down, they call it, and we're gonna start making our pile up here and just start throwing these across. What I did realize, I thought this would be the slow part, bringing them up and down, but realistically, he's moving probably almost double the speed we are of getting these screwed on. So I brought Cody up, and me and him are gonna get these screwed on in that speed. Working these drills and screws into here is really putting, yeah, you're below it. You gotta go above one more, bud. Dang it. That's okay. Come up a little bit. It'll be all right. It's just Grandma and Grandpa's spot you'll leak on. Okay, hold that drill away from you, Code. Look at the temperature. Cody's body is not even the heat that is. It's saying that it's 118 degrees.
Is it like a red and green color?
Yeah, it's showing the thermal. And these drills are getting so hot working them in. I'm glad I've got 2 of them. 3 would be even better, but 2's great. Things are gonna start getting real cold real quick. Once that sun goes down, things cool off dramatically. Not only do they cool off, I am a little bit worried about wind, because wind picks up just on that slight temperature change. I don't know why that causes that. Somebody will know the answer, but that's what happens. And so the wind kicks up just for a few minutes and then it calms back down. So I'm hoping it's not too drastic while we're up here, because we are halfway. The other thing I'm worried about is getting a little bit of frost on here. This has not been slick so far, but if it gets frosty, we're gonna be in trouble. So we're gonna be very cautious of our footsteps for the next few minutes, seeing how things turn out. And maybe we can even button this up. It's really only taken us about an hour and a half maybe to get this many sheets down. There's 22 panels every wall. Every wall is 22 panels long. So we are almost there, and then we'll start tackling some of this other stuff. I will say this view at sunset is pretty unreal. I mean, it's pretty worthwhile. You can hear that squeaking a lot more now than we did 20 minutes ago, and you can even see the water. There's a lot of dew on this tin, so we are being extra cautious of everything right now. Last thing we want is an accident to happen, and I'm confident that if we're just pay a little extra attention and be thinking a few steps ahead, we should be okay to finish out and get off this roof. What we don't want to do is have that temperature plummet and then get us into some serious trouble where it becomes icy. Then it becomes a slip and slide with a 30-foot fall off the side. I don't know if that's supposed to happen, but you can kind of see the smoke. This thing has been smoking all afternoon. Oh wow, it is very dark in the screen. You cannot see anything, but we are down to our last panel. And you can't tell. You just can't tell a thing. But there's only one panel left right here. How do I turn that? There we go. We are down to our last panel right here, and then we will call it a day. The only problem we've ran into, this has actually gone relatively fast, it's just late in the evening, but the problem we've ran into is the drills are getting so hot. They can't handle it, and then they're overheating, and then they don't want to work at all. So we've had to rotate through a couple of drills, luckily, and that's worked just fine for right now. The other side of that is the drill is a nice hand warmer, but it works a little too well. So that's the flip side.
Oh, Dad, be careful going around.
Yeah, be careful on that edge, it's dark.
Okay. Okay, you drop down.
Hold up.
Okay, that feels good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 9. Was that our last one today?
We're gonna stack one more on there, but we'll see where it gets to.
Okay.
Just like the first screw here.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
After screwing a million of these in, one thing I've learned is speed is not always your friend. So when you go to set it, initially I was just hitting the hammer down and making this thing scream into there, and it did work. But what I found is if I use a little finesse, put my weight behind it and just kind of half trigger, less than that, it tends to cut a little better. That may seem like that took a lot longer, but it really didn't. I'll demonstrate hopefully on this one. We'll see if this will work. If I just full throttle this thing. Uh-oh. Then we run into a worse problem where we break off the heads. Okay, one last tip that I have, other than to slow down on screwing your screws in a little bit, is invest. If you're putting up your own steel building, you need to go spend the $250 for a 60 volt battery. If you can get the 9 amp hours, that's even better, but you need these 60 volts regardless. They'll fit up to any 20 volt DeWalt you have, and I know Milwaukee makes them. I know all the other brands make them also. Get the bigger batteries. I haven't had to deal with dying batteries too much because they've lasted nearly the entire roof line, at least as we've done a wall at a time. I've never really ran out of battery, and my friend, when he did his, he said that was a constant problem, and I'm guessing he had the smaller batteries. So get the bigger batteries. Typically they'll come with a fast charger, which is the yellow charger that DeWalt makes, and it charges them. The turnover for the batteries is a lot faster too. So those are a few of my tips for doing your steel building that I myself have learned as we've done this process. We have a long way to go on the rest of it, and hopefully you'll stick with us. Here is the view underneath the roof we put on last night. It's funny, this seemed tall, but it didn't seem as tall as it does now with the roof on there. That just adds so much height to it. But we also are missing about 1.5 feet of floor, so that helps. You guys, this is, oh, I can see one little bitty hole where we missed. We'll have to plug it so I don't have a leak. Regardless, this roof is on. This is the second part of this build, and I'm really happy that we are making good progress. We have a huge storm on the way. I don't think we'll get the roof on the other half before that storm comes, but I've only got a couple weeks left on the rental of this, so we've got to keep moving and get things done. So if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel out to grow and for us to help continue to make these videos. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.